There's a phone number in here.
Thank you for calling the Southborough Townhouse. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now. For a dial by name directory, press the pound key. For the selectman's office, press 1. For the treasurer or questions about collections, payroll, or employee benefits, press 2. For building, planning, zoning, or conservation, press 4. For the town clerk and elected.
Please hold while I transfer your call.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you guys waiting all day. I'm not doing. Brian?
No, this is Kristen.
Oh, hi. It's Liz Kesselman. We're trying to Zoom on our call with. I think maybe we got him. We couldn't hear Brian. I thought I'd try.
Oh,
All right.
it's me.
Sorry.
He's at home.
Yeah, we're having some issues with the Zoom because I think he and I were set up as the public instead of panelists, so we couldn't really get in. I think it's working now. Okay, sorry to bother you. Yeah, thanks. Okay, thanks.
Hey, Brian, we can see you now.
Hmm. Hey, Brian, I think I can hear you. Okay, he can't hear me.
Hello?
Hi.
All set?
That was a lot of work.
I know. I think you and I got set up as the public, not as panelists. That was the first problem. I don't know why your audio is not working.
It's still not working?
Oh, it's a terrible echo. I think maybe it's working through the computer now.
No, I think it's through his phone.
Is it through the phone?
It's through the phone.
All right, should we?
Okay.
Oh,
Hi.
can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, you sound good. Can you hear us?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I guess I can't do video. I was trying to do both, but I can't do both.
That's okay. That's all right. All right, well, welcome. So you don't have the video. So Marianne, Hal, and I are all here. And we were gonna just begin by you and Hal and I would approve the minute meetings from May. If those look okay, Brian emailed those out yesterday. They look okay, Hal?
Just a question, Liz. Brian, do you have to read that statement to make this an official meeting?
All right.
Yeah, the beginning statement we gotta read.
Yeah, okay, I'll read.
You want me to
Right.
find it, Liz?
No, I haven't. Thanks, Hal. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law and Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Southborough Taxation Aid Committee will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible, with some slight difficulties. Specific information in the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and or parties with a right and or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Southborough's website at www.southboroughtown.com. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch or participate in the meeting may do so in the following manner by finding the meeting at southboroughtown.com/remote meetings. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that they are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on Southborough's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Okay.
You got it?
We're good. All right, number one, we were just going to approve the minutes from the May 27th meeting and the last one in June, which I did not attend, and I'm sorry. So Brian emailed those out yesterday as a reminder to your town address. So if those look okay, please let me know.
I'll make a motion to approve it. I think it would be me, you, Elizabeth, and Hal, right?
Yes.
Right.
So
Right.
second that.
The May one.
Okay.
I vote
And I'm
yes.
in favor of it. Brian, yes, also.
Hal.
Okay. And how about the June? Do you want to make a motion to approve those as well?
Sure, I can make a motion to approve those as written, and of course, that's Hal and Mary Ann.
I,
I'll
Mary Ann.
second the motion.
Okay. And I, Mary Ann.
Great.
Aye for Hal.
And I for Brian.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. All right, so today, Brian, could you give us a really quick update just to confirm the letters? Anything we should know? The letters went?
The letters went out. I heard from, I think, 2 people just to clarify, because it didn't show on the tax bill because there was a timing difference, but we sent out a balance statement and the letters as we approved, and at least the 2 people that I heard from were very pleased. So it all went well.
Excellent. Okay, great. So I thought today we would talk about sort of looking forward ideas for encouraging donations. The market has bounced back a bit from when we were concerned a few months back, but it's still at the end of the day, we've just given out around $5,000 and we are going to deplete it at some point, regardless of market activity. So there are, for the benefit of Hal and Marianne, there are some restrictions around the manner in which we can fundraise for this. So we learned about 6 months ago that the selectmen, the way I don't know, Brian, you can help me. The selectmen are not able to put town budget money towards the taxation aid trust. That is not a viable, Brian, am I saying that correctly?
Yes, yeah, so we did find a town or a community in Massachusetts that apparently had done it a few years ago, and we thought maybe it would be a good idea. Unfortunately, when we dug into it, the town that did it was not supposed to do it, I guess. So the Department of Revenue, I guess, views it as like a conflict, that the way the law is written, it's not supposed to be a budgeted item like that. So so that kind of closed off that door, unfortunately.
So that means all the funds have to come from donations, in other words, right? Money that we raise.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Can it be, or was it, if I remember correctly, was it a donation though, that when we got our tax bills, it asked you if you wanted to donate money?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
okay, that's what I,
So the one idea I had when I was thinking about this, well, there's a couple things that, just from my point of view, we could maybe, if time, I mean, there might be an opportunity to try to see if any businesses wanted to donate, maybe businesses or something like that. Of course, times aren't normal. I'm not sure that's viable now, but the other option, the Southborough Community Fund, that has been giving out money to certain places to help, to assist with people in need. So I thought that actually may have more opportunity, because they do obviously give some money to the Southborough Youth and Family and Council on Aging.
Mhm.
And they also help the trust fund committee a little bit. So they may be open to the idea of actually trying to seed some money to us for a year or two. It's just the mechanics of getting in touch with them and having a conversation, but that might be an opportunity where we could go.
Yeah, the one thing that's hit me on this is that, all the donations right now come from when people send out the tax bill. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Right. So that's, I mean, when you get the tax bill, that's on the back, and you have to flip the bill over to read it. Okay, and there's only something in the front, I think, that says, would you like to add a donation or something? I was wondering if the next time the tax bills go out, we could put in a letter that explains what the committee does, and actually saying how much we've given out this year. We can at least reveal the total amount. And I'm not sure about, you could say how many recipients. I think we could, and have that as a separate letter in with the tax information, and perhaps make it a little more. I know we can't alter the bills very much, because that's probably set by the state, how those bills have to be set up. But we could bring people's attention to it. We could bring people's attention to it. Because I think I should have paid attention this time. I did just pay my taxes, and but I think it asks for scholarship fund, does it not, and the taxation aid?
Correct. Those are the two things that are allowed. Yep.
But I think a lot of people don't even notice that. Don't even pay attention to it. I mean, I used to donate in the beginning when it first came out. I thought it was a good idea, and then I stopped because I never heard anything more about it. I was saying, well, where is it going? What's being done with it? And I didn't know what was going on with the money. So if we somehow could make a little bit of publicity of what we're doing with the money, and attach names to it, our names, not anybody else's, but our names are actually people doing this. And every year we would be giving out taxation aid for people when they can apply, and maybe something even about the application process when it's due. That might make people more inclined to make a donation.
Yeah, I mean, we could explore that, certainly. We could definitely do a little insert or something like that. There's no doubt about that. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the tax bill a little further and see if we could put it on the front or something on the front. I'm not sure if any, I'd have to first check if we can do it by law, but if we can, may have to rearrange it a little bit, but it's definitely, that's a good suggestion now.
I like the idea of providing a narrative around it, because I think you're right. I think, people are more aware and sensitive. If they're going to make a donation, they want to know what it's going to.
Yeah, I think so. Just some basic information about it, that
Yeah,
we gave out so many dollars this year and here's the application process. And so you get a little better sense of where the money is going rather than just goes into some fund somewhere,
yeah.
Is the information about who qualifies for these, for these abatements for their tax, is that somewhere online so that you can also refer to that so people can go and look and see, whether they qualify for these,
Yeah, so the application is available on the town's website
well, just so people could see, who,
yeah,
if this is, if this relates to someone, or they, obviously, people who want to give, they want to see maybe what, who qualifies for this. So that might be.
great point. We put on the top of the application are and I can email it to you. The application is on the town's website under Taxation Aid Committee.
Okay.
And the qualifications are right at the top so we should probably put those in the letter or the insert, along with the fact that it's just a good opportunity for us to draw awareness that we want the applications during the month of February. Because Marianne, there was never a time period before this year. So that's one of the things we thought would be more helpful, is if people sort of knew when the process was every year, and it had kind of an annual pattern. Yeah, so Brian, should we team up with someone like we did before with that other insert? Are there other groups in town that we should include in our insert?
I'd probably limit it. I don't know. I kind of feel like if we limit it, maybe we'd get more exposure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, totally. Okay.
Also,
because that other one was involved, what, 2 pages? It was front and
Yeah.
back, I think. So it was kind of, it was good. It was a really good thing, but it was kind of geared to more everything, where maybe we want to just highlight this committee for now. I don't know.
Well, I think sometimes it can get a little confusing if you have too much information together. Okay. And also, I also find, and this is just me, color coding something, like making it stand out. So if you put it on like a, not, like a color green or orange or something like that, just so that people look at that and say, oh, what's this? And then maybe read a little bit, but try maybe to keep it separate, because it may blend with others. Other information.
Makes sense. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, when would the next mailing be?
So we would have to have anything done by mid-October. I'm sorry, mid-September. Be mid-September at the latest.
Okay.
Like September 15th. But this would probably be fairly a simple thing, I would think. I can't imagine, because we could use some of what we had before and then just tweak it. And I don't think the timing would be too much of a problem. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think we could do this 4 times a year, right, Brian? For each tax bill?
get a price what it would cost, because there is a cost to put the, put any slip in, but, depending on that, maybe you want to do it twice a year, like July and, December, or whatever, August and January, whatever it ends up being. Those two payments.
Because right now there still is money in the fund, correct?
Yes,
And I think, probably what you're trying to do is continue to keep the same amount or even get a little bit more. This is a continuous fund. But if we don't do it like right in September, it's not like that critical. We're able to still hand out money next year because there's money in the fund, and then we can just try to keep replenishing it as we go along. So if it's too hard.
Correct. I mean, we're trying to get ahead of the curve, right?
Right. So.
well, now that the word is out and we had like the first cycle, and I think we were really pleased by the number of applicants and the amount we were able to give out. If the word spreads and we have double the applicants and they qualify next year, it would just be really nice not to have to worry that the fund can't, about the viability of there being sufficient funds in the trust.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think this committee had really been dormant and for years and years. So I think visibility is really key. And I feel really optimistic that we could get donations. I just think, like to your point, how there's people just don't even know about it. So I love this idea. I think this would be a great place to start.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do know that the senior center has used the Southborough Community Fund, and they've gotten some very successful, programs through that, getting the monies for that to continue their programs. So I would tap into them too, because the Southborough Community Fund also, they get their money a lot of times from people that can afford to give money. So in other words, you're not tapping, people who might not be employed or not, have some difficulties at this time. That Southborough Senior Fund truly always seems to have people that are contributing to that. So then they can give it out to, the community in different areas. So I think, again, constructing a letter, and sending it to them, you might be surprised at the response, because they do look for, things like this to fund. So I think that would be an opportunity for us to try to take.
Brian, do you have any connections, or do either of you have any connections with anyone involved with the community fund?
Well, I can talk to Pam LaFrancois, who's the director at the senior center, because they've done quite a few over the years with them, and just see how she goes about it. And I don't know,
Great.
just a letter that says this is what we need. I think that's kind of what she says. This is what we need. This is what we'd like to have. This is the cost of what our program is that we need the money for. So I can touch base with her if you'd like me to.
That would be great.
Okay.
That would be great. Yeah, I just don't know how to go about it. I don't know if they have a form, or I don't know how they operate. Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, so we have two really good angles to try.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't think it should be difficult to get something in the mid-September mailing, even if it's not exactly what we want. We should be able to get something in there, I think, that at least brings attention to it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it should be. Even if we keep it simple, shouldn't be.
Okay.
Because
Um,
any money we get from that mailing would give us a better idea, because by spring, when new applications come in, how much we could spend, to give us some idea of what kind of response we'll be getting on it. So I think we ought to probably try for that, even though it's not exactly, exactly what we may want in a later version of it.
Sure.
Brian, is it public knowledge the number of grants and the total dollar amount that we gave this year is that's public, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So that was 7 at 7. Wasn't it 750?
That's what I'm seeing in this.
Oh, yeah, 750, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that was 7 at 750, so it was 5,250. Okay, we'll probably need that for the, maybe not the insert. Well, Brian, do you want me to help you with a draft for something on the insert?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to try it first or want me to try
Yeah, how about I'll try first and then email
Oh.
you?
it? Okay, you get first dibs.
I'll take first dibs. Because
Okay.
it's just gonna be like an insert, like the bottom third of a page, right? Like this size.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Okay, and Marianne will look into talking with Pam about how to approach the community fund.
Right.
Okay,
And
shoot,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was gonna say, is there a particular number? Because I think she puts in a number. So if you want me to use the number like that you have given out this year, like 5,250, I mean, I guess that's what we could say we get, but is there a number that you're kind of aiming towards? Like, would you like to give out $10,000 a year, or would you, I don't know, I'm just kind of asking. in that-
maybe, Brian, could you get like a June 30th or like a quarter end? Could you get a value on the trust? Maybe Marianne could include that, like the trust is currently valued at X and we distributed this, so then they can see the relationship between what we're working on. Do you have
Yeah.
the,
Yeah. Why
You're-
don't I?
yeah,
I'll,
you have those connections, right?
Okay.
yeah. I'll just send out to everyone, even though we can't talk about it, but I'll just send out the balance so you can see it. And then you're right, you can compare it just to the, what we spent.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it would be good to have that for the community fund, because they may say, well, let's say we ask for $10,000, but they may want to say how much you already have available and how much you're going to spend.
Mhm.
Right.
They'll say, well, I don't know what we have available right now, but, say, well, you already have available what you want to spend. So
They might not see the,
the value, so we might want to indicate that we're trying to increase the amount available that we can, and make it a more public knowledge of what's available for people.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we can talk
Yep.
about that later when I gather more information to see
Yeah.
what we want to do.
so should we have a meeting then in September? So that we can, in a couple weeks, we can approve the insert and maybe share next steps on how to approach the community fund. Does that sound? We're ending up basically meeting once a month. That's kind of been our pattern. If that works with you all, we can continue that. I'm totally open for changing the date and time. We had moved to the third Wednesday of the month, but we can change it. It can be changed. But I think we should probably just plan on the monthly meetings, and if we decide to skip one, then skip it. But I think the monthly we generally have ended up basically meeting every month.
I think, Liz,
Yeah, that's fine.
if we're going to try to get something out in the September mailing, we probably need to meet in August.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, there's a month in there. Yep, we do need to meet in August. Yep. I'm like way ahead of myself. Yes, we do, because we're still in July. Yeah, yes, we do need to meet in August. Let's aim for that. Does this work for you all? The third Wednesday of the month?
Mhm. Seeing how.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I'll confirm it, but I think I'm good.
19th.
so- Mm-hmm.
What's it? I'm sorry, what's the date of that again?
So that would be Wednesday, August 19th.
19th? Okay.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, at 4 p.m. again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ryan, is 4 good for you?
Yes, that's good. That's
Okay,
perfect.
good. Okay, so, all right, I think, yeah, I'll submit the agenda. I think we should meet then. Thank you. We should meet then, and then, yeah, we should be able to firm up the insert and, yeah, that sounds great. Okay. Is there anything else we need to discuss today?
I think we did pretty good in a short amount of time.
All right, I'm okay with that. All right, well then, I will adjourn the meeting at 4:39. Our next meeting date will be Wednesday, August 19th at 4. We will have fewer Zoom issues and, yeah, thank you everybody for your time and your input.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Mhm.
Sorry for the delay, but
Take
thank you.
Stay healthy. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.